where, to protect the health system, we're going to lock out people who are not vaccinated and can be. If you're making the choice not to get vaccinated, then you're making the wrong choice. You're making the wrong choice. And for safety's sake, and for the back to that point about how much work our nurses have to do, as this becomes absolutely a pandemic of the unvaccinated and we open everything up, it's not going to be safe for people who are not vaccinated to be roaming around the place spreading the virus. That's what they'll be doing. So there's every reason to get vaccinated. And there are appointments available, and there'll be even more appointments available throughout September, October, November. Let's get to those thresholds as fast as we possibly can. But yes, there's going to be a vaccinated economy, and you get to participate in that if you are vaccinated. Now, that's not right now, because of course there's many more people who want to get vaccinated than we actually can get through the system. But we're going to get to a point where everybody who can get vaccinated will have been offered the chance to do so.
The country fell asleep, but they scream woke. We're distracted by vaccines and TV shows, politics, celebrity gossip, popular neat quotes. Black lives, white lives, which lives mean most? We only dedicate one day to remember our fallen soldiers, the men and women who died young. But if you come out the closet as Caitlyn Jenner, you're a hero and you get a whole Pride Month. The most dangerous pandemic's propaganda from these clowns. Only mask that's gonna save us is duct tape on their mouths. Don't speak. We don't need to defund police, need to defund the media who lies through their teeth like Big Pharma doesn't cure you, dog, cause every patient that gets cured is a customer lost. And big oil runs the world. The only wars that get fought are with the countries who have natural resources they want. Heard him claiming if a white man braids his hair and likes rap, he's appropriating culture. But if a white man acts too white, he's white trash. He's a racist, he's a bigot, he's a monster. Let's just have the conversation. Not every liberal is dumb, not all Republicans are racist. The government wants everybody fighting with their neighbors, cause they know that if we get along, we'll probably go against them. They can't stop us, cause we're ready to fight, trying to brainwash us. But we won't let freedom die. The whole world's brainwashed. Everybody pick a team, start a riot in the streets. The whole world's brainwashed. It's us against them, it ain't you against me. How did monkeys become people and people turned into sheep? They put fluoride in the water that's keeping us all asleep. Claim they want what's best for us, I find it hard to believe, cause they've been selling us cigarettes since we was 18. Fake news, fake woke, distract and divide. You're either right or you're left, or you're black or you're white. Big tech don't need a microchip to hack in your life, cause the phone inside your pocket is a tracking device. And I don't know what I'm more sick of, rappers or Joe Biden looking like he ate 100 Xanax for dinner. Cause censoring the president and kicking him off Twitter is a bigger threat to freedom than foreign ballistic missiles. You don't trust the police or the government, but you want people giving up their right to own a firearm. Why would you be comfortable if police and the government the only people on the planet with the right to buy a gun? White privilege getting amplified to reinforce division. It convinces white people that they're favored by their skin, and black people getting angry cause they're told they're treated different. So the conflict is between us and never with the system. Let's just have the conversation. Not every liberal is dumb, not all Republicans are racist. The government wants everybody fighting with their neighbors, cause they know that if we get along, we'll probably go against them. They can't stop us, cause we're ready to fight, trying to brainwash us. But we won't let freedom die. The whole world's brainwashed. Everybody pick a team, start a riot in the streets. The whole world's brainwashed. It's us against them, it ain't you against me. Step 1, train the people only to consume. Step 2, infiltrate adults with the news. Step 3, indoctrinate the children through the schools and the music and the apps on the phones that they use. Step 4, separate the right from the left. Step 5, separate the white from the black. Step 6, separate the rich from the poor. Use religion and equality to separate them more. Step 7, fabricate a problem made a lie. Step 8, put it on the news every night. Step 9, when people start to fight and divide, take control. This is called situational design. They can't stop us, cause we're ready to fight, trying to brainwash us. But we won't let freedom die. The whole world's brainwashed. Everybody pick a team, start a riot in the streets. The whole world's brainwashed. It's us against them, it ain't you against me.
I've been waiting to make a video so I can show all these masketeers how these don't work. I'm a painter by profession. If you see what I have currently on my face, this is an N95 respirator mask. Underneath that, I have another piece of cloth, as they recommended, double masking, right? Okay. You see all this? Brought you a little black mask to demo on it. You see all that? Now, anybody that knows anything about viscosity knows that paint has a much higher viscosity than any kind of bacterial infection that's floating through the air, or virus, or whatever the hell they want to call it. If my mask won't stop latex paint, what the fuck makes you think it's going to stop that virus? Y'all get that shit off your face and start living your life and quit listening to this bullshit.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Yeah, I saw you with the mug, Steven. I was trying to do this, but I can't turn my camera on because somebody turned it off on me, but could have had a V8.
Welcome to the Great American Podcast, where everything American matters. Jeff and Steve.
And vegetable juice tastes very good.
Ooh, yummy. Is there any, there's no vodka in that vegetable juice, is there, sir?
No, it is a virgin.
Awesome.
That didn't sound
welcome.
good. That didn't sound good.
No. Kind of like the video that was on True Social that DK put out there. You know what? We'll have to play that one, actually.
Yeah, please.
Do you know which one I'm talking about?
No, I know there was a lot of conversation around it, but
yeah,
I think
it may or may not be suitable. I mean, for our audience. What the heck?
Oh,
right?
Look at who our audience is. I don't think they care. The memes that they drop, no, it's not going to offend them.
Dank ass memes at that.
The Sunday show, maybe a little different. That's what Unhinged and Off the Cuff is for.
Then let's do it. All right. Well, anyways, hey guys, welcome. Welcome to Off the Cuff. We got a pretty good show ahead of us today. Thank you guys all for being here. Jeff, how are you, brother?
I am doing really good.
How is it to be a Texan?
It feels really good to be a Texan.
Awesome.
I don't think I've seen one person wear a mask yet. Or maybe.
Hey,
John, were any wearing a mask the other night when we went out? I don't think so.
No. You'll get them far in between.
Yeah, but you'll find them. You know, and love that video that DK he was here yesterday when you guys were doing Unhinged, you and Cammy. I saw that. New York City,
real quick, because the very first video that you were talking about the vaccine, I remember seeing it. It was 10 teachers that got their job. I didn't know they got back pay also.
Yep.
That's even better. Good. That's even better.
So what we're going to see is a lot of this is starting to come back. You know, it's funny. Time exposes a lot. Yeah. You know, in the beginning of all of this, we wanted it to hurry up. We wanted it to get finished. I remember all the timelines. Oh, it's going to happen in March because of what happened with the election, you know, or the when they swore in the president back during, I think it was it Andrew Jackson's days? I can't remember exactly the days, but they changed the inauguration to March. And so I remember in 2020, like, oh, it's going to happen in March, and then it's going to happen this month, and then this month. Yeah, something like that. So, but you know, I've gotten to the time now to where I'm not on timelines. You know, I know in the end God wins, and it's all in His time instead of in our time. And so right now I'm just enjoying the show, trying to wake the normies, doing my job as much as I can. You know.
Do you remember, real quick? Yeah, I think it was like March 6th was the original. We can look that up, John. If you can look up the original inauguration day.
It is March 6th.
March 6th?
Mm-hmm. I'll look for it, but I'm positive.
If you remember March 6th of 2021, if you looked for the price of Trump Hotel in Washington, D.C., do you remember that?
Yep.
For 2 nights, the 5th and the 6th, his prices went up. And if you totaled the price up, it equaled 17.
So I'm going to share this real quick. This was that video.
Please do.
3, 4, 1. My pussycat was scratching at my back door. He scratched so hard, poor pussy got sore. Sore pussy. Sore pussy. Just a friendly little cat.
Friendly little cat.
My pussycat was sitting out on the front step. It started to rain and my pussy got wet. Wet pussy. Sore. Wet. Pussy. Just a friendly little cat.
Friendly little cat.
My pussycat was playing out in the back lot. He played so hard, poor pussy got hot. Hot pussy. Sore. Wet. Hot. Pussy. Just a friendly little cat.
Friendly little cat.
I left my whiskey bottle out last night. My pussycat drank it and it got real tight. Tight pussy. Sore. Wet. Hot. Tight. Pussy. Just a friendly little cat.
Friendly little cat.
My pussycat was rocking in a rocking chair. He rocked so hard he lost his hair. Bald pussy. Sore. Wet. Hot. Tight. Bald. Pussy. Just a friendly little cat.
Friendly little cat.
My neighbor stole my kitty cat away from me. I told my neighbor, set my pussy cat free. Free pussy. Sore. Wet. Hot. Tight. Bald. Free. Pussy. Just a friendly little cat.
Friendly little cat.
Meow.
Hey, so I got a question.
So that was actually DK's video. He shared that on True Social, and I thought it was freaking hilarious. So,
Hey, I got a question for you though.
yeah, what's up, brother?
How are women and hurricanes alike?
How?
When they both arrive, they're wild and wet. When they leave, they take your house and your car.
Oh man. All right, guys. Sorry about all of that. Welcome to the Great American Podcast. We are a family-friendly show.
Yes, we are.
Anyways, so I have a little bit of a rabbit hole to go down today, but Jeff, I will let you start, brother. And then I got something that I'll feed off.
Sorry about that. All right, meow. And over your license and registration.
Speaking of meow, sorry, I couldn't resist. It just reminded me of that scene from Super Troopers.
Right, meow.
What's up, Todd?
Hey, Todd's in the chat.
So yeah, Steven sent me a text today in the group. He's like, "Oh, I found a little gem today," and after he put gem, he put a diamond that I want to talk about. I said, "It's funny that you bring up diamond because I got something too." It's something that Terry brought up a few episodes ago, and I'm going to go into it a little bit.
Ooh, let's go.
Yeah,
When he does that. There you go, Jeff. I looked it up for you. It was
Okay,
originally March 4th.
Yeah. I knew it was like March 4th or March 6th. I know Stevens knew it was in March sometime too. Oh, we got Lex up in the house too. What's up, Lex?
Lex, how you doing?
Yeah, that video is definitely something that DK would play.
All right, so what are we playing? Are you going to go down yours, or do you want me to go down mine, sir?
Well, it's funny too because how in the Tom McDonald song he said something about fighting for oil, and I got a little something about that too. I want to see where you're going with your gem first.
Okay. So the end of DK's video that we shared, that was a couple years old, talked about our friend Barry. I got to upload these to the Google Drive, so it's going to take a second. So Barry Sortero, we all know who that is.
And Big Mike.
That's his husband, wife, whatever the heck you want to call him. So anyway, this gem that I ran
Wife
across
on the outside, husband on the inside. Like a chocolate bar. Hey, that's racist chocolate. So what?
Come on now. So this gem that I ran across actually has to do with his mom.
Oh,
so you know the whole birth certificate deal, right? That all and that's been talked about right now because the exposure. Obviously, he's up for exposure. You know the Joe Biden stuff is going on right now. He's being exposed. He won't even be able to walk down the street, right? They won't be able to walk down the street. I think is what it says. All of them. They're a bunch of evil people.
I have a quote from. I have a meme. It's not really a meme, but you know what? It's meme form. But it's a quote from George H.W. Bush saying that a long time ago. That when everything comes out, we'll never be able to walk the streets again. George H.W. Bush. So yeah.
All right. I got to figure out how to shut down. Hold on a second. I'm gonna bring this up on my screen and share this with y'all because this is what I found. So I thought this was fascinating, and I just started digging on it, but I'm gonna dig a little bit deeper here. All right, you guys see that? Can you guys see my screen over here?
Yes.
Obama's mother and Subud. So I saw this little deal about Ann Sortero and her passport renewal application, and this right here, Sobarka. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, well, what does that mean? I have no idea what that means. So I started digging down Sobarka, and I wanted to know what the passport deal was. Well, I might have to bring this over. I took a screenshot of it. Maybe you guys can see it. Can you guys see that passport?
Yes.
It's a little blurry, but we could see. Yeah, the bottom says something and. Yeah.
See, I don't know if I like this here. So anyways, no. So over here, I'll share it on True Social here. But over here on this side, it says Barack Hussein Obama. And then in parentheses, Sobarkah, Sobarkah. So this was a passport that she was renewing. And this was amend to include or exclude children. So what she was going to do was amend it to where her 7-year-old Barack Hussein Obama could not go have a passport. She ended up crossing that out, so because she didn't want to exclude him because he was 7 years old and he would be stuck in Indonesia, right?
Right.
So this Subud, right there, many people in Subud change their names. Is this necessary? Is it important? How does it change the name and affect us physically, spiritually, or both? A pact. So this is a book that was written. So the connections were that the lady in Hawaii, what was her name? Do you remember her name that did the birth certificate for Obama?
Oh, no, I don't. I've heard it before. I just don't know what it is offhand.
There was a book that was written. So they're both part of it. She was part of this cult, right? This Subud, you know, they call it a cult, but it's a religion, whatever they want to call it, right?
Yeah.
Delania Fuddy. Oh, right here, Loretta Fuddy, who happened to die in a plane crash in 2011 when Obama was out. So Lorena Fuddy, the Hawaii State Health Director, who approved the release of Obama's long-form birth.
Hey, Steven.
Yep.
I don't mean to cut you off, but you kind of lost us there with your voice getting distant.
Oh, sorry. I moved away from my microphone.
Okay. I was wondering. That's what it sounded like.
Yeah. So Loretta Fuddy, the Hawaii State Health Director, who approved the release of Obama's long-form birth certificate, and who has apparently succumbed to a nasty case of post-random plane crash induced arrhythmia.
Oh.
And so Ann Sotoro and Loretta Fuddy appear to have a very odd thing in common. Both have been linked to the Subud cult, S-U-B-U-D. That's one that you guys can dig down there if you want, especially with the exposure of Obama that's going on right now, which originated in, of all places, Indonesia, and was found by the Javanese Muslim Muhammad Sabu.
This is almost like Ace Ventura finding out that Finkel is Einhorn.
Almost, right? So,
only. Never mind. I'm not even gonna go there. I'm not even gonna go. Just go. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
oh, you're good, brother. This is just yeah. Anyways, readers might agree that the above is quite reasonable account. So a lot of people changed their names, right? So his name was on there during the time. That's where it goes back to the Sobarka. But I find this fascinating as well. I'm going to type this in: SOE HAKRAB HAKRABOES.
Oh, don't mind. DK is just helping Jack out with directions on where Ann is. So.
So this this Hakrabes deal here.
Not the comments yet.
Hakarabes. So what I found, it's not showing up on here. I could probably send the link, but what I found is this Hakarabes. When it's split, it means something about the scorpion god. Now I'm not sure if you're familiar.
Yeah, man, you went down a pretty damn good rabbit hole, man. Let me tell you. Oh yeah, buddy.
Yeah. So the name means the scorpion god geez, let me find it because I don't want to get it completely wrong.
I'd just like to let y'all know that they have been keeping each other in the dark all day. All we got was a text message that say, I'm working on this gem, and that was it.
Yeah.
Right, so the name Barack Hussein Obama Saborkar is crossed out. She decided to exclude him from her passport renewal. CBD drops. Anyways, so that is
it's like you're scrolling and you're reading the picture. That's like Joe Biden reading the monitor that he's not supposed to read.
Yeah.
Don't read that part.
So that's the start of my dig, right? So I just started on that today. Entheos actually had something on True Social about that, and that's why I started going down that rabbit hole, AmericanThinkers.com, and it just like started coming together. Of course, I'm sure Entheos, it's all about the exposure.
Yeah. Have you ever seen? Hold on one second, John. You ever seen that?
Oh yeah,
Barry Soetoro's foreign student Columbia University ID. Now I googled his ID number. What's the first thing that comes up? Snopes, saying it's false. Of course. But yeah, Google.
Well, we all know.
I know you.
Fact
can't,
checkers.
You can't really see the number because it's because of the camera and all that. But if you Google that number, his ID number, first thing that comes up. Snopes claiming it's false. Of course they're going to claim it's false because Snopes works for them.
That's fact checkers at their best.
Yes, sir. Well, it's like the meme that goes around. Fact check this. Fact checkers didn't exist until the Ugly Truth started getting out. And that's so true because you never heard about fact checkers up until only a few years ago.
So who fact checks the fact checkers?
The other porn stars.
All right, so let's. I want to dig down some Obama holes because there's definitely a lot there. And
you dig all the Obama holes you want, pal.
Well, not that way, sir. Not that
I'm
way.
Staying away from
yeah,
those.
I know. I don't want to be a chef that gets killed by Michael. I mean, I think that's what may have happened.
Yeah, on hot dog night, no less.
Yeah, on
right?
hot dog night, I don't want to get killed. Michael might be a little jealous, y'all.
Jack says the fluffers.
So, anyways, so I thought that was fascinating, and that Subud cult is interesting too. So they have 20,000 people that are in and across the U.S. And the 3 headquarters, guess where they are? Indonesia, Chicago, and Hawaii.
So 3 places that he has connections to.
Weird, right? But it's a coincidence, guys.
No, it's just merely a coincidence. Just like Hillary Clinton has 56 friends that commit suicide. That's just everybody has that.
Yeah, but that's just a coincidence.
Yeah, I'm 49 years old, and I think I can still count on one hand how many of my friends committed suicide. It's nothing to laugh about. It's nothing to joke. Nothing like that. But it's like, come on, Hillary. It doesn't look too good for you. But go ahead about Obama. Just to let you know, Stephen, what I have has nothing to do with Obama. It's just like I said. When
I know it has to do. I know
put
what
the
it has
gem and the diamond. I'm just like, you'll see where I'm going.
and that's fine. So, you know, I was logging in. Hold on. I was logging into Twitter, and I'm trying to. So I don't know my Not a Guitar Player login, and I'm on this different computer now with the. Hopefully it works. Hopefully it doesn't crash, guys. If it crashes, I apologize. I'll have to go kick my son off of his computer and go back to there. But I thought this was pretty cool. It just came up. I haven't watched this since March 16th or March 19th. Little Sunday jam in action. Guitar. And then the flamethrower. So I want a flamethrower. I could use one of those. What would I do with it? I don't know. What's up, Pete?
Yeah.
You would burn a wood pile to get rid of all the excess wood. That's what it's for.
See, my wife gets so mad at me. So those of you guys that do any woodworking, I'm sure you guys all have a bunch of wood sitting in your garage, just kind of like. Yeah, my wife gets mad about that because I never throw away. I'm like, there's this like tiny little piece of scrap wood sitting. What are you gonna do with that? I don't know. I might need it for a shim or something. Don't get rid of it. Yeah, I might need it for a shim, and then it sits there for 3 years and keeps piling on and piling on.
Then she complains about her computer desk that keeps rocking on one side. I got a 3-year-old piece of wood for that.
Boom, done.
See, I told you, honey. You got 10 pairs of shoes you never wear. I keep around one piece of wood, and it comes in handy.
All right, so one more thing, and then I'll let you roll on yours. This is just something that I thought was interesting. Let me know what you think.
The Fetterman thing? Oh yeah, definitely not him.
Bro,
don't do it. Please don't.
Ask you about this news that Speaker McCarthy has formally launched an impeachment or has said he's going to.
Oh my God! Really?
check the arms.
Do you see his handler though?
It's
Hold on.
devastating.
Hold on.
Oh my gosh!
Or has
Look at his handler. Watch.
said he's going to.
Oh my God! Really? Oh.
He's going to.
Oh my God! Really?
Impeachment or has said he's going to.
Oh my God! Really? Oh my gosh! Oh, it's devastating. Ooh, don't do it. Please don't do it. Oh no, oh no.
We're gonna run back to the office, but
Look at that. Look at the shorts he's wearing. That is not.
He does have the one tattoo that I've always seen though. He does have that.
Yeah, but there's an. Let me find it. There's another.
The ones
DK
underneath.
DK said, "Is that the Jerry Springer set?" Yeah, that was Steve. He really let himself go after the Steve Wilkos show got shut down too. Where are they from? Chicago. Yeah, there's definitely something.
You got Fetterman
odd there.
1.0 and Fetterman 2.0.
Yeah.
There's definitely not the same guy.
Even Todd said Fetterman is really Steve from the Springer Show, and I just obviously there's a delay, so we don't know. But that's what me and John were talking about earlier. What do we always, when you show videos of Joe Biden yelling something, what do I always say? He's yelling something for a reason to get it to stick in people's heads to look at it, look into it, stuff like that. Why do you think you're always seeing him on a beach without his shirt? Because the real Joe Biden had tattoos. This one does not have any tattoos. You can look into it because I've seen the picture of the one up here and one on his left arm or something like that.
All right, so one more, and then you got your stuff queued up, John or Jeff?
Yes, I do.
Okay, well, let me do this, and then I'll let you do your deal. Just a little second of cuteness.
Oh, bells.
Why not? Uh-oh, my internet.
Uh-oh. I see the terror in the background.
Yep, Rex. He got so mad. Anyways. So we had a puppy that came to our house, and my wife was hoping that we couldn't find the home because it was a little Yorkie. She was such a cutie, tiny little thing. Anyways, but they ended up finding the house, so we didn't need a fourth dog. We got 3, and that's enough. 3 dogs and a mother-in-law is too much in my household. Anyway,
Ooh,
did I spook? My bad.
good.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Good thing she can't hear you or watch this mess.
Well, I don't. Her room is right below where I'm.
Hey, at least you can build yourself a doghouse. Wait.
I got it.
I got it. Oh, I got it. Hold on.
No, that's not it. There we go.
Yeah, but I got the. I don't know if you could hear that because I had my headphones on though.
So
No.
Carrie's clairvoyant since Jovo didn't show up.
Yeah, because I played the cricket sound, but I forgot. Wait, I have the headphones on now, so the microphone's not going to pick it up. But yeah.
Yeah, true, DK. We do need the meme ability in live chat. That would be great to drop some memes.
I'm telling you, me and Jovo talk about it all the time. I was like, man, especially me and her with the evolutionary memes. I'm like, I'm telling you, it's like I'll go out and hear somebody say something stupid. I'm like, I got a meme for that, and it's like when it becomes reality. It's like shit, I got a meme for that. Or I'll make one and just put it in their face.
So do you know how we always look at numbers?
Yes.
All right.
Numbers don't lie, though. Numbers do
hold on.
not lie.
You probably can't see it. Look at how many photos and videos have I sent out? 3303. Too many threes.
Yeah.
Gematria.
I've seen that number way too many times.
Yep.
Especially lately, I've been seeing it.
A lot of threes lately, man. All right, so what do you got, Jeff? What do you got for us, brother?
Wow! Let me tell you something. You're segueing perfect with the threes. I got some stuff on the Masons.
Ooh, I love it. 33rd degree.
Yeah, because somebody posted this picture last night. And hold on, let me find it. Yeah, I got it. It's a little blurry. It was blurry when they posted it, so it will be a little blurry, but I'm going to read it to you. But yeah, it's pretty damn interesting, and it ties into what I was saying with Terry. Remember, Terry said a baseball diamond or a baseball field represents the Masonic compass. So I started doing a little stuff on that. But yeah, hold on one second. It should come up anyway.
DK said that the original Masons were the Knights Templar.
Yeah. So you could see it, right?
The all-seeing eye?
All-seeing eye.
Oh, hold on one second. I'm trying to get the bottom part to fucking disappear.
Oh, here, we'll all move out of the way. Hold on.
I could. Oh, see, friggin' thing's got to go. I don't know how to get that out of there. See, but anyway, yeah, these are football stadiums. Stadiums are ritual energy extraction sites. The NFL stadiums below are all-seeing eyes. Imagine these full of cheering people sending colossal amounts of competitive, worshiping, idolizing energy and vibrations through the eyes all over the country simultaneously and projecting it into the universe. This is a satanic ritual. God, I wish I could get that damn thing out of there. So, yeah, that's kind of interesting.
And currently we have 33 watching. Oh, we went down to 32.
Oh, thank God. So this one is really blurry, but get the fuck out of here.
I'm going to see if I can find a short video that will tie into what you're doing after your Rockefeller surprise video. Sorry.
Hey, by the way,
Yeah.
I've been working on something. I'll show you all towards the end of the show.
John, do I know what it is?
Yes.
Okay, I love it. We just looked at each other last, but yeah, I know the picture is really blurry, but it's play bow, and it represents the compass in the eye. I know that picture is all.
I can see it.
Blurry, but with this picture, how? Because it reminded me of what Terry said, so I posted those couple pictures to him. And he was like, good catch. So I was like, somebody else caught it. But anyway.
You got that video? Does that tie into what you're doing?
Oh, yeah. But I have another picture, John.
Oh, let's go.
Sorry, I was in the chat.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
No,
I
that's
see
okay.
it right there.
Yeah. Yeah. So I have a really quick video. Doesn't tie into baseball. It's about the Masons. But I do have a baseball video. It's a 14-minute video. The original video that the kids commentating about is over an hour long, so we'll just take the cliff notes. But it's very interesting, and I know Todd said that he has a new video out we can watch after the show. If it's a short one, maybe we can end the show with it.
Let me double check.
Yeah, we start with the Dark Knight video and end with the Tadanon video.
Yeah. So Steven, you remember like our third or fourth episode when I did the DC landscape.
Oh.
And the Washington I'll get into that in a minute. Into that in a minute. Let's play the video real quick.
I mean,
and this is New York City, but I'll wait till it comes up. Okay. It's a short, so again, I can't maximize it, but you'll be able to hear it.
City intersection right in front of the Flatiron Building. This is the obelisk dedicated to General William Worth, who fought in the Mexican-American War and conquered all the way down to Mexico City. Yep, he's buried right underneath here. There's two other obelisks in New York City, right by St. Paul's in downtown Manhattan, that's dedicated to Thomas Addis Emmet, an advocate for Irish independence and also a New York State Attorney General. And then there's another obelisk right behind the Metropolitan Museum of Art's Cleopatra's Needle, which was erected in 1881 and imported over from Egypt. Take out a map and there's something even more strange. You draw a straight line from the obelisk at St. Paul's all the way to Cleopatra's Needle, and right in the middle perfectly is this obelisk. What's up with that? Cleopatra's Needle was installed by Freemasons. Thomas Addis Emmet, a Freemason, and General Worth, a Freemason. And 1 block away is the Freemason headquarters. Is it coincidence? Who knows? Stay curious, my friends. There's an American war hero buried underneath a busy...
Pretty interesting, huh?
I got one. It's 5 minutes, but we don't have to watch 5 minutes of it. But it ties into something in New York City.
Hey, before you do that, thank you, Lex.
I'm not even paying attention to the chat, sister. We love you.
Lex,
thank you. Hey, Lex, we got a new merch store, so I'm going to send you a new shirt. They're less, unless you want something else, a mug or something. But they're less for us cost-wise, and I think the quality will be better too. So, I'll hit you up in a DM, okay, sister? We love you. Thank you for always helping us out.
Yes, thank you so much. So now look at all those obelisks. Remember when I did the DC landscape, the Washington Monument? What does the Washington Monument, the monument at the Vatican, and the monument at the Crown all have in common? They're all the same. The only difference with the Crown and the Vatican is they have the cross on the top. Now, John, can you look up Washington Monument, the top of it? Because it's tipped with the top is aluminum. Now, if you look at the top being tipped off with aluminum was very rare at the time and expensive when they built it. So remember when I said, when you look at the top with the aluminum being different from the cement, it looks like a pyramid up top. The only thing it's missing is a fucking eyeball in it. If you look at it, you remember the picture, Steven.
Yep. Well, they have to put it in front of us. That's
Yes.
part of the occult. It's all about occultism. Oh, yep, there it is. It's all. So
Yeah, but there's a better picture of it. It's an older picture. It shows just like the I'll try to
Tip.
find it. But go ahead, Steve.
just the tip.
Right.
It
Oh,
kinda
there it is,
goes-
right there.
It kind of
Go
goes
up,
with
go up, John, go up.
right
Right there at the bottom left, the very bottom left one, the black and white one. Yep, look at that. What does that look like on the very top? Seeming that it's different. Yeah.
top of the pyramid.
You know what? I just noticed it has inscription. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Steven.
You're good.
No,
Both you guys cut me off. I was just gonna say just the tip, kind of like the tiny little kitty. Anyways, don't worry about it. It's.
But I
bad.
said it.
It was a
repeated
joke,
what you said.
and because
I
it was
repeated
too
what you
late, the
said.
punchline was gone. So
Oh.
yeah, Jack's got it. Just the tip.
Yeah. But it's pretty
Yeah.
interesting that the one at the Vatican and the Crown have a cross on the top, still the same shape. It's an obelisk, and this one has the aluminum at the top, makes it sets it aside from the cement, so it gives it that its own pyramid. Like I said, paint an eyeball on there. Why don't you? Not only that, the Washington Monument is also taller than the other two, but those obelisks in New York City that are for the Freemason, because I think it's 555 feet tall. But anyway, but those ones in New York City that he was pointing out, it's the same thing. It's the same exact monuments.
Interesting.
So you want to get into the Freemasons, how they were involved in baseball.
Ooh.
It's 14 minutes. It's well worth it. I can tell you that. We don't have to watch the whole thing.
Let's do it.
Okay, let me line it up here.
We could pause it and talk about like certain sections.
Oh, of course.
As we go through it.
Yeah, like I said, we can just always get the clip notes because this kid's doing the clip notes of the video that he's watching. But that's why I went with this one instead of me trying to watch the hour one and really try to pick out the key points. So let's see. Okay, here we go.
Freemasons talking about Freemasonry and baseball. Make sure you watch the full video today because this one is an informational, jam-packed banger. What's up, everybody? Art Turner, Data Productions Media. Dreams are tangible aspirations where we scheme our dreams into existence. Like I said, we have another jam-packed banger for you today. We're going to be talking about Freemasonry and baseball. I have a couple really cool clips of actual average day Freemasons talking about the history of baseball and, you know, all the different connections within its history and its influence. So it's going to be really cool, and this is going to preface my next premium Patreon documentary where I not only dive deep into the occult knowledge of the game of baseball itself, but the actual purpose of the game that not many people talk about, and it's the game of ascension. And that's where you get the geometry and the symbols and the ritual alike. And they, in the videos I'm gonna show you today, obviously the Freemasons, they don't want to talk about the occult side of things. If you're in the lower three, you kind of have that willful ignorance of what's truly of the next levels within your own, secret society. But for me, I'm getting into it, and you're going to dive deep into it. But obviously, like I said, I've been getting censored on YouTube, so my premium content is on my Patreon. For only $5 a month, you can get my monthly sports documentaries. We already have the Michael Jordan 23-year anniversary.
I guess that's a good place to stop.
Hold on. Unbelievable.
That's right.
But the video, because I found a picture too.
Put the link. Put the link in the.
I just X'd out of it because I was fucking aggravated.
That's right.
So,
That's okay, brother. We got this too.
But no, it describes why they did the diamond and all that. Each position means something. So yeah.
You ever seen this?
The video, no.
This one? I'm not gonna play it all, but
temple, but that's not all it is. Check this out. That's right, as you can see, this Masonic temple is actually MTV Studio. MTV Studios actually bought this Masonic temple to shoot programming in here. And this is just additional information to help you understand everything that we've been talking about in the videos, how they actually try to tap into this occult power so that they can influence our minds with this media. That's what's going on right here behind us at this MTV Studio building, which is nothing more than a Masonic temple. Ladies and gentlemen, wake up, this thing is serious.
Now take a look at this and think for a second. Not only have they retained the name Masonic Temple on the face of this MTV Studio building, but directly above the MTV logo is the Freemason compass.
thanks, Boston and Ruby. Y'all are freaking amazing. We love y'all. That's why I did the cheering.
And square. Now that's a pretty interesting place for them to choose to situate their MTV logo. Now, MTV obviously has enough money to make the necessary modifications to this building to remove the compass and square and the words Masonic Temple. At least they could put MTV Studios there. So why haven't they? Well, I ran into one of their employees and they gave me some very interesting history on MTV Studios.
All right, so check this part out.
That
This is what I find fascinating. 2005, you see how it doesn't say Masonic Temple down there? 2012, they added it for MTV. So, I don't know, I found that fascinating.
Predictive programming?
You think?
So,
and then understanding who owned MTV, he was a 33rd degree Mason. They talk about it on the video. I forget what section they talk about that.
So I sent the video to John. We'll just start it at the 150 mark.
Okay, let's do that.
That's where we left off.
And finally,
That's all I
take a
wanted to
look
show you.
at this still frame from one of MTV's filler commercials. Obviously, this is an all-seeing eye emitting the rays of the sun, which in the occult is a symbol of Lucifer, the light bearer. In this commercial, this all-seeing eye can be seen erratically spinning in all directions. But when you freeze the frames of this...
Anyways. There it is. It's right in your faces. They continually put it in our faces and have put it in our face for so long.
Yeah, so like I said, at minute 50 is where it left off.
We can get through his. Oh, I can't hear it, John. No sound.
And it's already on my Patreon, so you can watch it. So if you haven't already watched it for only $5, that's you can get that, and throughout time, newsletter. That's
There you go.
There are those who have countless esoteric and mythical theories about the game and Freemasonry. The internet is full of such conspiracy theorists. Are players standing on geometric shapes? Occult Kabbalistic rituals showing Freemasonic symbolism concerning both geometry and numerology, sacred numbers, is rampant on the internet. The game does have many inferences that can be drawn to Masonry. The field, from home plate to the left and right walls, form a compass. The entire outfield wall is the semicircle which this compass draws. Upside down, overlapping the compass, the three bases form the square. 3 strikes and 3 outs were assigned because 3 is a sacred number throughout history as well as in Freemasonry. 4 recalls the 4 directions common to so many sacred traditions as the square formed by the 4 bases as well as 4 balls for a walk. The 9 is represented has the multiple of the 3, represented by the 9 fielding positions. Bases, you have a guard at every door. And the 9 innings to the game. 81, the multiple of 9 is half of a season. Is this all coincidence, or is it part of a master plan? Well, I don't go into the occult of baseball.
You see, he didn't want to get into the occult side of baseball. That's usually what a lot of lower level Masons, again with that willful ignorance, they just don't think about it, even though it's really, bright as day. It's part of the game. So that's a little clip. He didn't want to get into the occult side of things, but I will. I'll be getting into those numbers. I'll be getting into the ascension piece and how you can equate it to the challenges of your life and what the pitcher means, what the batter means, what a couple of the positions mean, what do the bases mean. We're going to get into that, okay, in the documentary. So make sure, if you're very interested in baseball and the occult side of it, to check out my content when it does come out. Some to the Patreon. But let's look at some baseball, occult field stuff. See, there's even a book out called Brothers of the Diamond, Freemasonry and Professional Baseball. Christopher L. Murphy. So, it's pretty documented. And as you see, you can get the square and compass with the baseball and the G. You can actually get that on Amazon. There's a lot of, Freemason professional ball players. There's a cult side we're going to get into as well. So, yes, Freemasonry is a big part of baseball. It always has been. They are the creators of the game. America's pastime. That's no coincidence. If you look at the backbone of America, it's Freemasonry. So, that right there. So we have just a couple things like that. So now let's get into this video with this gentleman who works at Cooperstown in New York, the Baseball Hall of Fame. And he's a Freemason, and he's on a podcast with other Freemasons, and he just breaks down how many Freemasons are a part of the Hall of Fame or were a part of Major League Baseball in general. And that list is pretty large. And if you don't think they have influence over the game and over other sports, you're kidding yourself. And they tell you, even if they don't want to, go deeper, they tell you themselves.
Magazine was at the time, or Southern Jurisdiction. I bet you'll find this guy's list here somewhere. His name was Jerry Erickson. He was a brother out of California, and his hobby was to find every single person related to baseball that was a Mason. That doesn't mean baseball players. That means TV or radio announcer, a writer, an umpire, anyone who had a connection to Major League Baseball that was a Mason. He wanted to compile a list. The list I have here says final list, 561. I know for a fact this is not the final list because after finding this list, and it piqued my interest, I started doing some more research into it and found out that the Grand Lodge of New York, in its Livingston Library, which has a small museum, had a small exhibit on Masons and baseball. So I reached out to the library and the librarian there who had done the research for that, and sure enough, the Grand Lodge of New York's library has a larger number. I believe it's 600 and something. I don't quite remember the number, and I haven't been able to get a hold of that copy again since I did that initial research. I found one other Mason from that list, and I made sure to write it on my list so I had it. But so from that, I came across another item of the Hall of Fame's collection, this book, which I've tried finding, and it's definitely out of print. I don't even think the publisher's still around, called Brothers of the Diamond, Freemasonry and Professional Baseball by Christopher L. Murphy.
Just talked about it.
And in here, Brother Murphy comes up with a decent list of Hall of Famers. It's about 30 that are all Brother Masons. So combining these along with some additional research of my own through newspapers, periodicals, and that kind of stuff, I came up with a list of 59 confirmed members of the Hall of Fame that are Freemasons. At the time, it was like 19.7% or something like that. And we've had some pretty large classes the last couple of years. So now that number, I believe, is just under 19%. Right now, there are 323 members of the Hall of Fame.
Wow.
This summer, it'll change to 329. So we have a pretty big class coming in this year as well. That induction ceremony is going to be in just 3 weeks. So it'll be pretty exciting.
Wow. Wow. So literally, it's almost 20%, just under 19 now. So roughly, 1 out of 5 players in the Hall of Fame are Freemasons. That's a big number. That's influence. That's
Right, John.
influence for one quote unquote secret society.
So you get the basic idea.
Yep.
It's pretty interesting because, like I said, we didn't have to play the whole video because it's like, start looking into it. What's the average dimensions of a baseball bat? 33 inches long.
And it's
I guess these are all just coincidences, and we don't want to get into the occult side of it.
It's 90 feet to first base, 90 feet from first base to second, 90 to third, and it's 180 feet from home plate to second base.
Mm-hmm.
But I do have that other video you did send me.
Yeah, we don't have to get into that right this second. I don't know where Steven went. Maybe he's having trouble.
He stepped away for a second.
Okay.
Hey, so till he comes back. Oh, no.
Oh, there he is.
There he is.
Sorry, guys. I have a migraine. I had to go take some.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. But yeah. So like I said, we didn't have to play the whole video. But hey, Steven, did you hear what I said? What's the average dimensions of a baseball bat? 33 inches. It's just a coincidence. It's just coincidence.
All coincidence.
Just coincidence. But like I said, that's why we didn't have to play the whole video. Start looking into it. But once I saw that picture last night with the football, that's when I remember what Terry brought up about the diamond and all that. And I was like, let me look into this a little more. And there's a few videos of like Masons, like they're having like a ceremony at baseball games and they're donating like books to kids. Gee, what's in those books? I'll never forget when I worked at Midas years ago. I was about 19 at the time when I started working there. So I was like 19, 20 when this one customer come in, and my boss, Wayne, he was a Freemason. Never pushed it on me. Didn't know what it was. Didn't even want to get involved in it because I remember there was a Masonic lodge down the street from where I live. Not right around the corner, but down the street a little bit. And this guy, every time he came in, oh, Brother Mason, to my boss. And he was always trying to get a discount. And he was always trying to get me to join. I didn't even really know this guy. Granted, he was a customer all the time. I really didn't know him. Always trying to get me to join. I look back at it now saying, thank God I didn't, boy.
So what happens in England, they talk about it, and I'm sure it happens the same here. If you notice, a lot of police officers, a lot of Leos, unfortunately, are in the Masons. Promotions happen if you're a Mason. It's really a brotherhood type of thing.
And again, I'm sure it's not
all. A lot of them don't know.
They don't know.
No. And then what happens is you get in there, and as you start going up the ladder, I mean, you really have to look at the 33 degrees, the guys that are up top, because those are the ones that want that control, everything that goes on, and those are the ones you have to worry about. And how come almost every the king and queen, and all the royalty over in England, they're all Masons,
I'm gonna show you something.
Well, but remember the video I played last week when I did Unhinged with Cammy, the one former Mason that was talking about how they do rituals with children if they want to live longer, and he even said, he goes, not all of them know. Not all of them know. Obviously, you're not going to be a first level and know everything. No, you gotta climb that ladder.
So I'm gonna show you something. There you go. Look at that. They just everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, so occultism, if you go down the occultism, I don't know if you ever went down that rabbit hole. I spent time, and there was a guy, I got to remember what his name is, but he was out there doing speeches and everything, and he was talking about the occult and the differences between that, and how a lot of the politicians in Hollywood are into occultism. and that's pretty much tied into masonry, as well as obviously I think Kerry was talking about Illuminati as well.
Well, again, there's the Freemasons plaque at the base of the Statue of Liberty. Which he's holding? A giant torch. What does Illuminati kind of Latin for? Illuminate. It's like,
so
all these years we were blind, and again, took the year 2020 for all this to come out.
To wake up. So they're talking about me in the chat. They're saying because I get headaches because I don't slow down. Well, I mean, this morning, what did I do? Went to the gym, my son and I at 7, and then I came home and mowed the lawn. Took the kids to get their hair cut. Made some money for a couple hours. Tried to get the computer together. It's a restful day off. I didn't do a whole lot today. I think I have a headache because I didn't drink coffee first thing in the morning. And that kind of messed up my whole day. And I wish it was just a headache. But
That's all right, John. We still got some.
Yes, we do.
We still have some. Okay, sorry, Stephen.
Still have some what?
Coffee. I make it by the pot.
Yeah.
So,
Boston said drink more water.
Yeah, I know I do need to drink more water. Thanks. Everybody tells me that. Dang it.
I'm drinking water now. It's called sweet tea.
I love y'all, though. You know that. So is that all you got, or did you want to go down that other video, the Rockefeller video?
Yes, I sent it to John. Well, you saw it in the group. It sucks because sometimes I want to stop it, and I hate saying, "Hey, John, stop it." I hate doing that. It's like,
well, just tell him to stop it.
We'll figure.
You can
tell him to stop it.
You can text him.
No, it's just easier for me to stop it. But I'm not going to sit here and play it again. Try to play it. It's funny too because the video that I had him share, the baseball one, before we went on, I had it playing in the background. It was playing just fine. As soon as we go live, then it's like, oh, now you don't want to play.
I'll be honest.
So yeah, this video, the fossil fuel one, I've been wanting to play for a few episodes now, and never really. I could work it in so many times, especially when Sergeant Wortham was on, because when we were talking about stuff, and it's like the Middle East. Why were we always at war in the Middle East? For what mostly?
Oil.
Fuel. Oil. So this is where this video kind of explains how they get you with the fear kind of thing. But yeah, go ahead, John, play it. It's 8 minutes.
Right. Yeah, go ahead, John. Play.
You mentioned in one of your last talks that petroleum wasn't what we thought it was, that it wasn't a fossil fuel, that it didn't come from fossil animals.
Yeah.
Is it just a mineral? Is it a mineral like any other mineral? Is that how it what would you say? What's the origin of
You see,
petroleum?
when they first found petroleum, because they were beginning to make motors and needed on axles of wheels on railroad trains and all that sort of thing. And remember, trains started in the beginning of the 19th century. Then oil went from just a lubricant to a fuel, and it made it valuable. And Rockefeller happened to be the smartest man in the business at the time, but he made most of his money, or much of it, off the transport of the petroleum as well as selling it. But one thing they realized was, because oil is putting a price on oil is like putting a price on a pail of water. No initial cost. It's in the ground, and in those days they were some of it almost what you'd call surface mining the oil. They didn't go down deep. So in order to get the price up, they hit on the idea that they would have to make it appear to be scarce. That after we take the next few barrels out, we're probably going to have to close as well. That kind of thing. Well, a very fortuitous event. In 1892, there was a convention in Geneva of scientists to determine what organic substances are. Well, the definition of organic is a substance with hydrogen, oxygen, and carbon. And so it's usually a living substance, a tree. You analyze a dead tree, hydrogen, carbon, and oxygen.
and grass and so on, living things. Animals, we are hydrogen, oxygen, and carbon. So at this Geneva Convention, Rockefeller took advantage of sending some scientists over who said oil, petroleum, is hydrogen, oxygen, and carbon. Therefore, it must be derived from the spoiling, the rotting of formerly living matter. And playing the game properly, when this scientific convention was over, they defined oil as the residue from formerly living matter. Well, that makes it a fossil fuel. I don't know why they decided to use the word fossil, but it says formerly living matter is fossil. Well, of course, today, and another thing we should know is that there has never been a fossil, a real fossil found below 16,000 feet. And you can't argue at 16,000 as a level line because someplace the ground sinks and so on. But 16 is what the scientists say, 16,000. We mine oil, or we drill for oil, at 30,000, 33,000, 28,000 every day of the week. So right there we rule it out that it isn't fossil fuel. It's called fossil fuel for the minds of the public to feel that it is an asset that is running out, being depleted. We talk about depletion allowance, which is a lot of, and actually if you know the world's oil supply, you know that it is not going to run out for an awfully long time. It is the second most prevalent liquid on Earth. And we haven't begun to dig. Well, with all that background, you see, the people in charge of the petroleum business, for perfectly reasonable business things, like any other man in the business, wants to keep his price as high as he can get away with. And the way to do is just say, well, there's no more. The last barrel is going to cost $1,000, and then it's all done. And they preach that stuff. What bothers me is that in geology books, it's in there. The geologists say it's a fossil fuel. They've been bought. I mean, I went to a 4-year federal staff energy seminar run by the government of the United States during the so-called energy crisis. I was the participant that represented the railroad industry. The airline industry was there. Every AA, administrative assistant of senators and congressmen, was there. The CIA was there. The Defense Department was there. The State Department was there. Sometimes sitting right in front of me in the row would be Henry Kissinger with his friend, the head of Department of Defense. It's too bad I can't put the names with them. But anyway, people like that, top men in the government, sitting there listening to the federal staff energy seminar. Well, what this was doing is for 4 years, they were teaching a propaganda line to the leading people in this country, and therefore to the leading people in the world, when you include the Schlesingers, Kissinger and Schlesinger, among others.
Yes, yeah, so we don't have to watch the whole thing. You get the idea. It's a scare tactic for money.
So they're saying we're running out of oil, right. But yet Trump says what?
That's all it is.
It's all about money. That's all it is.
Always.
Supply and demand.
Ultimately it's a control tactic, right? Because
that too.
The money thing is going to always be. Sorry, I'm trying to scoot up to my mic. But it's more about control.
Yeah. Overall, it's about money. Rockefeller is a very rich family. How do they get so rich? Oh, this is a fossil fuel. It's running out. Oh, you want to live? Well, you have to take our medicine. It's all about money. I mean, people in the chat already know that, but it's pretty interesting that.
This is water, guys. Water.
Yeah.
I don't drink alcohol.
What flavor water though?
No, it's water.
What flavor water?
Water flavored.
Just making
water.
sure. But
Have you noticed the water is wetter?
Oh my God. Speaking of water.
I knew that would take
it kind of ties into it, but what's another scare tactic that they use to drive your taxes up? When I talked about the number, I think what Sergeant Wortham was on, since the climate change thing, they have robbed the taxpayers, American taxpayers alone, of almost $800 billion for climate change, because it's a scare tactic. We know that. They sit there and they tell you. Now, I remember this video. I'm not going to play it, but I remember a video a long time ago from the 80s, a show called Mr. Wizard's World. I don't know if people in the chat remember Mr. Wizard. Always did quick experiments. I think his show was like a half an hour long or whatever. But what do they say about the polar ice caps? Oh, when the icebergs melt, the sea level's going to rise. And it always reminded me of the video when he takes a full glass of water, or he has a girl put a bunch of ice in water, fill it to the top, and he asks her, now what's going to happen when the ice melts? Is it level going to stay the same? Is it going to overflow, or is it going to do something else? She goes, oh, well, it's going to overflow. So he's like, all right, well, we'll see what happens. Didn't do a time lapse or anything, just had her come back later. Where was the level of the water in the glass? At the very top, because when the ice melts, it's just going to displace back in the water. Even though ice is expanded water, it's about the displacement and all that. So what's going to happen when the polar ice caps melt? Sea level is going to stay the same because now the weight is distributed evenly. It's like, it always reminded me of that video, and I can't remember his name on Truth, but he has JFK Jr.'s picture. He goes by like the 17th letter. He played that Mr. Wizard video. I was like, I've been always thinking this, and it's like,
well, that's a fascinating experiment for everyone to do, right? Because do it, put the ice in the cup and just let it melt and see what happens. And they're gonna say, "Well, there's ice above water too, and that's the reason why," and blah blah blah, whatever.
But the weight, it's still buoyant, but the weight of it, it's gonna disperse evenly. But what do people think? Oh my god, when the level's gonna rise. Holy shit! And it's like, ugh. I understand them getting a little scared of that more rather than being on a beach. Oh, mommy, look, the sea level just dropped about 300 feet in 2 seconds. You better run because it's coming back really fast. When they have the earthquakes underwater with the tsunamis and all that, people are like, oh my God, look, the water level just dropped. Oh, it's coming back fast.
Run.
But you don't think that. But you should critically think again. When you have a glass of ice water and it melts, your table's not all wet. It's like, how did they not see that? Because they just got totally brainwashed and programmed. It's all about money. That's all it ever was. All about money.
But you can't take your money with you when you die.
No, you can't. That's why I always said it's like these celebrities. Katy Perry, I showed the video the one night where she admitted, I sold my soul to the devil. There's other compilation videos of celebrities saying, I sold my soul.
All kinds of them.
You sold the most one personal thing that you have on this earth
to be famous
for eternity for something that, you can't take with you.
That's temporary.
Because let me tell you something. The buyer is eventually going to come for his payment.
Just out, this is 4 hours ago, but just out. Inflation up, income down. Big inflation increase, which I see it, man. Like going to the store is crazy. Big inflation increase with millions more people pouring into our country than anticipated. Like Crooked Joe, what a mess.
Oh, look, did you see what Lex just said? She brought up a good point. How about the FDA taking cold and flu meds off the shelf just before cold and flu season?
Coincidence? I thought about that too. Yeah, it doesn't work or whatever.
When does a new Xbox or new PlayStation usually come out? Right before Christmas time. Oh, we have a limited supply.
Weird.
If that's not a marketing tactic, people can see that marketing tactic. They understand that. Oh, well, you only made a few because you can jack the price up because it's right before Christmas because my kid's going to want it. They understand that part of it, though.
Did you see what Trump truthed out 9 hours ago? Competing states of electors have happened before the American Spectator, and it's Kennedy in 1960. It's an article with Kennedy. Look, and look, there's that number again. 3,330. 333. You see it?
Yep.
Yeah. All right, I know we're a little all over the place today.
Yeah, and Lex said Yeah, Lex said they tell you to go to the doctor when you get ill. It's
Yeah.
just like, I tell you, I think I told you one time on Off the Cuff that we did the one time when I was talking to this one girl when I was back in Oregon, from a dating site. She was a nurse. And I said something, and it was just totally stupid. It was just a joke. And she was like, well, when my customers come in, I'm like, wait, is that how you view sick people, as customers?
So did I tell you the story of the guy? I met this guy at the place I was working, and he bought a car, and we were talking, and he trained. So what he did, he was the one that flipped around the hospitals to talk to clients, to talk to patients, and treat them as customers and not just patients.
Right.
And he said the reason why you need to change that is because then you'll approach them differently, and
yeah.
It becomes a business, and then they get served. That's why everything gets surveyed and all that stuff whenever you go in. So that's
you don't want to get attached to them. You don't want to get attached to them.
Nope. And these hospitals make so much money. It's insane. The buildings are crazy out here. I'm sure you've driven by a couple of them. Wait till you drive by some of the schools out here. The schools are a whole different deal. I mean, that's our tax dollars going to work, right? No, our tax dollars are going to debt. And every time the Federal Reserve Bank, raises the interest rates, which is not a federal department, every time they do, what happens?
Yeah. Now look at also too, like when my mom got sick, they had to transport her from Jersey Shore Medical Center to Monmouth Medical Center, which was a 10-mile ride, maybe, if that, probably a little less than that. My sister, because she was power of attorney, she got the bill. I think it was like $2,200 for an ambulance service to bring her less than 10 miles. Patty, you should have fucking called her a taxi for $30. I'm not trying to be funny about it, but it's like, how do you justify a $2,200 10-mile ride? It's ridiculous what they charge.
You can't justify that. There's no justify whatsoever for that. Anyways. So I'm trying to find this video on the Illuminati. What?
Steven, what was in that water? Helium?
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
With a balloon.
Yeah, Todd said it good. Storage wars, Rothschild edition.
Okay. This is better? All right,
yes.
Cool. So, thank you guys for coming. Appreciate you. Do you have something to share with us, John?
Of course,
H2O.
Let's go.
H2O, helium and oxygen.
Let's go, John.
You're gonna upgrade.
I like to
Yeah, so John was playing around with that last night because he downloaded the video maker that I use, and he was playing around with some of the music because I know he wanted to do his One Sheep, Two Sheep, and he played some of the song. I was like, we looked at each other like, that is perfect because he mixed two songs together.
That still don't ever get old. All right, we're doing this. Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh, look at it. Todd said, I'm hearing voices. Payback's a bitch.
Payback is a bitch.
Todd took mushrooms. Everybody.
Payback's
Todd. No more, sir.
Here you go. Here you go.
I feel like I had to learn the concept of chosen families really young, and it wasn't anything to do with my queerness, but just based on the fact that I didn't have the love at home that I needed, and I knew that I was valuable and deserved it, so I found it on my own early on. And, you know, I shouldn't be blamed for that, because blood still exists. You were never there for me, and I found my own love, and that's okay, and I think everybody should be allowed to do that, and that's what I fucking teach in the classroom, okay? I always say give it to your friend, not your mom, because fuck your mom. And I don't know, I just am so sad. I am so sad, and I hate my sister. She's a fucking cunt. That's all I have to say.
That's my major problem with school. I really don't do anything unless I actually want to do it. And most of the time, I don't want to do anything at all.
Yeah. Like I told John last night, that's a teacher. Teaching young kids. I said, that's her resume, just looking like that. The minute you walk in on your for your interview, you look like that. That's your resume. You got the job.
Fucking hired.
The indoctrination of our children right there.
And that's teaching the next generation.
Yeah. What did she say? Fuck your mother. Oh, my sister's the C word. Take the family out of the equation. Like I said in Hollywood with these child actors, what's the one thing they try to do? Get the kids away from their parents. Corey Feldman is prime example. Macaulay Culkin, one of the biggest prime examples. What about Will Smith's kids? Didn't he have problems with them too? Because Jaden was coming up.
And pull up Jaden Smith, John.
And what's his sister's name? Willow
and Jaden Smith. Pull up Jaden Smith today. See what he looks like. Porque mi internet no worky.
You should have did that in the helium voice. Internet no worky.
There you go.
Porque keyboard no worky.
There you go.
I don't. Oh man, what is going on with that guy? Seriously, that's a child that has been abused.
Yeah. All right, to the next video. Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Can't hear it, John.
American people want us to do something that will make their lives better, not go off on these chases and witch hunts. The bottom line is, as we have said, you can only accomplish keeping the government open in a bipartisan way.
What a clown. Because for 4 years, that motherfucker cried foul with Trump. And now he's like, oh, he can't possibly be wrong about Biden.
Oh, do we want to go down the Schumer rabbit hole? We can go down.
I'm trying to find one. I'm trying to find one as we speak.
Find that picture with him in the Epstein Island.
Yep. Oh, and of course, what did Snopes say? Oh, that's false.
So there was a meme out there today that talked about how aliens showed up before.
Oh, I got that one. That's actually one of the videos I got. Hold on.
Yeah, aliens showed up before. Anyways, just show it before I give it up.
I got a Chuck Schumer one too, but go ahead, John.
I'll pardon it. It is in Spanish, but there are subtitles.
Son seres no humanos que no son parte de nuestra evolución terrestre y que después de desaparecer no hay una evolución posterior. De acuerdo a la Universidad Nacional Autónoma de México, quien realizó los análisis de carbono 14, estos seres tienen alrededor de 1000 años de antigüedad. Es decir, no se trata de seres que fueron recuperados en naves, que son estrellamientos, sino son seres que estaban sepultados en minas de diatomea, tierra de diatomea. La diatomea es una alga fosilizada con 17 millones de antigüedad, es fitoplancton que abundaba en aquel tiempo y al desaparecer se fosilizó. Son seres no humanos.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
What?
Okay. I don't know. That was weird.
Yeah. Makes you wonder though, when people come here illegally, why do they call them illegal aliens?
All right, I got one for you, John.
Chaz once again talking Sharon into doing a TikTok, which becomes an instant shit talk video. Plot twist. Chaz already knew this was going to happen. Now she's realizing this, and she's like, I can't believe you did this to me, Chaz. Now I'm going to end up on the freaking Ludacris cam.
Move, bitch. Get out the way. Get out the way, bitch. Get out the way. Move, bitch.
Honestly, she turned her head at the wrong time. If she would have just let it hit right here, it would have been a little bit better off. But yeah, I got a Chuck Schumer video. I don't know if y'all remember this. I didn't play it beforehand, but I know this is the one. But,
I got one for his running into the pole.
I got my Chuck Schumer one. Hold on.
I'm waiting for you to pull it up.
Yep, Lex is right on about Will Smith. I believe that Boston, they do need to reopen their mental institutions. Think about those videos and movies about the mental institutions back in the past. You know, like the early 1900s and stuff. If you would dress up the way that these people are dressing up today, they'd just get thrown in there. But it's like literally. It's
when did mental institutions get shut down? Under Ronald Reagan's watch. When he was governor of California, he cut funding to mental institutions in California. Look it up. I already did it. But yeah, you can look it up. It's out there. But real quick.
Rather than Republicans just letting scientists do their work. You'll hear a lot more about that from Senator Murray. But we Democrats are fighting as hard as we can to protect Americans. And we need Americans to fight.
Stop lying to the people. Jesus saves. Stop lying to the people. Jesus loves you guys.
Thank you. Democrats are fighting as hard as we.
What a fucking commie. All he can say is thank you.
Sorry, but anytime I would hear him or Pelosi, the American people, it made me cringe. And I loved when he sat there and said, we Democrats are working hard for the American people. He goes, the guy's like, you ain't doing shit, Chuck. And that was a black guy. You ain't doing shit, Chuck. Stop lying to the people.
because he's not. I mean, that guy's I'm not going to call it what it is, but Lex talked about it. He's a KF, you know?
To go up the ramp, and it appears we have a stalemate position. Doesn't know what to do, so he takes a different exit route. My God, and there goes Junior and his future generations of kids. Thanos can turn into dust particles before our very eyes. He could have jumped to the side and let it go, but no, he was challenged. He put his future children at risk, and they are Thanos can turn into dust particles before our very eyes. Turns his egg roll into a crunchy sushi roll instantly. And my God, there goes his legacy just like that, as it snap, crackle, pops into dusty oblivion.
Oh.
All right, I'm adding.
Maybe he identifies as a female.
Just imagine that being sharp.
You got knocked the fuck out, man! Get my goddamn
Anyway, sorry guys, we're having a lot of fun today.
All right, I got
all
one
the guys
more
felt
video.
that. All the guys felt that.
It hurt.
I have a meme of something like that similar, and it says, "If you see a woman cringe, then you know it's not a woman."
Because they are seeking a rebrand. Pro-life now becomes, in the words of Indiana Senator Todd Young, pro-baby. Pro-baby. Okay, I hate to break it to you, but if you call broccoli candy, it's still just broccoli. If you tie a really nice bow around a lump of coal, it is still coal under there. Because they are seeking a rebrand.
And let me tell you something, lady. Just because you put syrup on shit doesn't make it pancakes either.
That is a baby. As you know, I don't know if she's watching or not, but as former fetus is, you know, it's a baby. It's a former fetus, right? these Democrats, all the propaganda. That's the thing, and all these people soak it up, man, because that's all they do is watch TV, watch the media, listen to. Well, if it's not on the news, it's not real. Yeah, I've heard that so many times, bro. Coming up through this.
Did you see this? Todd, speaking on college sports. Did you see that somebody tweeted out that Aaron Rodgers was gonna get injured 3 hours before he did? Interesting. And they want to say football's not scripted.
I'm a Jets fan, and I saw it coming anyway, so I'm not psychic. I just know my fucking team. Sorry. Oh, I forgot. That's one thing I forgot to do was a word from our sponsor today because I was going to do something about that. But okay, I can still do something later.
And with that, I'll turn it over to Joe.
You did good things, Joe. Thank you, Mr. President.
Huh? President? Oh, I'm sorry. Installed
And
president.
with them, the Resident Evil.
Todd said, please get that dude off my screen.
No problem.
So, I guess we're gonna send it off, or y'all want to keep going?
Yeah. Because Steven's got that deer ninja in the headlights look.
Well, no, I was looking at Lauren Boebert, and I was reading this thing. It said, "This is Lauren Boebert. She's not a patriot. She's an insurrectionist, weirdo, and freak. She's a Republican. She's a gun nut, a liar, and a Trump supporter. She has the intelligence of a potato. She's unethical and will do anything to keep." I'm just reading this stuff, and I'm like, wait a minute.
CNN told me that.
So we have, check this out. So we have Lauren Boebert, right? That's a Republican. Now let's see if we can go find ourselves a crazy liberal. I'm sure that there's one that'll come up here. Oh, wait. I'm sure one will come up shortly. Hey guys, there it is. Follow us on Twitter at Great American Podcast. Anyways, people are funny. The troll, they're getting so bad. Like they're the Harry Sisson and the David Hogg and all these people on Twitter. They're so like you could tell that they're all just getting paid a little bit of money to do what they're doing.
So while you're doing that, I am gonna do this.
I know what you're gonna do, girl. I knew it. Yes.
Let me guess. You already knew I was gonna pull up the merch store. Hello.
Yes, I did.
So the new merch store is out, guys. Boston J, shoot me or I'll DM you here. We're gonna get you something off of there, so we'll talk about it. Okay, brother. We appreciate you and Ruby as well. So, anyways, new shirts. I'm gonna get myself a hat. I want to look at that great. Ooh, there it is. That's the one that got banned twice on Teespring for some reason. We didn't want it on Teespring.
Yeah. Maybe because I put 3 S's at it. Oh my God,
Maybe.
that's racist.
Maybe SSS.
No, that's how Eddie Murphy emphasized it in the movie. No, cops, plural. So I gotta
That's
go
right.
by what he says.
That's right. We bad.
Yes, Julian.
Oh, and Julian's got a Great American Podcast shirt on too on his pocket. Look at that. He's even down with the merch.
Save Julian. October 31st was Julian Assange Day, and
Ruby wants the link, or Stolt wants the link. I'm sorry.
All right, check this out. While you pull us out, but this is what we're starting to see around, guys. No mask needed unless you look like Nancy Pelosi.
Hey, what did I bring up in the one show not too long ago? Wearing a mask and standing 6 feet apart is what they do in satanic rituals.
Oh,
Or do they bury us 6 feet under?
Hold on. I would love to see if this is actual and I can find it. August 19th. Hello, Mike.
Oh shit! I didn't realize
That'd be great if
I would not doubt if that's real.
I would not either. Oh, he's
There's
like
another one.
the ultimate troll right there.
There was another one that I couldn't find because they said it's false or something like that, but where he said he's going to deport Elon Emar and say, hey, some people did something. Throw it right back at her. Let me tell you something, and this is not racist. Ilhan Omar should prove to people that first-generation immigrants should not be in our government.
Well, also people that marry their brothers.
Or as the United Spot would say, her broster.
Her broster.
No, her husband.
You know what I noticed yesterday when I logged in to watch the Unhinged? The United Spot was doing a podcast on Rumble as well, and we had more watching our show than they had watching theirs on Rumble. I'm sure they had a lot on YouTube, but
yeah, more people are used to them on YouTube.
Yeah, we need to get them over for sure. So, John, what do you have to send us out, brother? I know we're running out.
I know Todd's video's a little too long, so I posted the link in the chat. But I just unshared my screen. That's fine.
Now that's the great.
Make it make sense, make it make sense. Holding on to a fence while you straddling the fence. They make it make sense, make it make sense. Some of you were sent, some of y'all just went. Make it make sense, make it make sense. How you buy some shoes but you can't even pay the rent? Make it make sense, make it make sense. God can never bless a mess, He can only clean what's left. Better make it make. Man rejected me, but God selected me, and God accepted me, and God protected me. See, man's opinion belong inside the garbage bin, and sin should never have dominion in my heart again. They put in work, boy, cause if you don't, you not a man. Every church boy should grow into a godly man. Man of integrity, undeniably trustworthy. Kingdom identity, reliable, and love mercy. Not greedy for gain of church contribution. You trying to pimp the church, that's spiritual prostitution. God don't play about His children. You can't treat His children evil. Hey, you can build the building, but we gon' build the people. Turn this up in your speaker and make the devil mad. I keep reaching for my Bible, you can keep the bag. I got the signal from heaven that never lags. Hey, He's all I really need and all that I really have. Make it make sense, make it make sense. Jesus turned water to wine, that's your reason to get bent. Make it make sense, make it make sense. How you twist the word of God and try to say that's what He meant? Nah, make it make sense, make it make sense. How long you been a Christian? Why your armor got no dent? Make it make sense, make it make sense. God can never bless a mess, He can only clean what's left. Better make it make sense. Hey, hop out in an 87 Cutlass. How you cast out devils, yet you gutless in the public. Hey, you stay where it's safe though. Take me to the ruckus. A faith that can't be tested is a faith that can't be trusted. Hey, yeah, you went to Bible school, but bet they didn't teach you this. Only Holy Spirit can show you what heaven's secret is. Hey, it's a special consecration, a private preparation, meditation, concentration. And it's a kingdom presentation, a kingdom demonstration with heavenly elevation. Hey, put yourself last and put your neighbor first. Hey, that's the way it works. Don't forget the prayer works. Another day at work, time to put your faith to work. And look around the church. Some of y'all came late to work. Most of us was thinking it, but I'm the one to say it first. Hey, it's okay to cry, sis. It's okay to hurt. Hey, I remember swimming rivers in my teardrops. Like fear not, gotta make your tears stop. Hey, I remember every day I used to pill pop. I got so drunk I used to pass out on the hilltop. Hey, but it's different now. I no longer chase the blunt, and I'd be dumb if I let Satan play me like a chump. Hey, blessed be the name of the Lord. I said from this time forth to forevermore. Hey, make it make sense. Tell them make it make sense. Holding on to a fence while you straddling the fence. Hey, make it make sense. Tell them make it make sense. Some of y'all was sent, some of y'all just went. Hey, make it make sense. Make it make sense. How you buy some shoes, but you can't even pay the rent. Man, make it make sense. Tell him make it make sense. God can never bless a mess. He can only clean what's left. Better make it make sense. And make it make sense. Jesus turned water to wine. That's your reason to get bent. Nah, make it make sense. Hey, make it make sense. How you twist the word of God and try to say that's what he meant. Man, make it make sense. Hey, make it make sense. How long you been a Christian, yet your armor got no dent? Make it make sense. And make it make sense. God can never bless a mess. He can only clean what's left. Better make it make sense. Yo. Better make it make sense. Better make it make sense. Better make it make sense. God can never bless a mess. He can only clean what's left. Better make it sense.
So, hey,
yeah, prayers going out.
Yeah, thanks for stopping and letting us know. So there's
We'll let her.
Yeah, we'll let her talk about it. But there's definitely a thing that we're going to talk about. I think it's a good idea to bring it up because we have to figure out who somebody I know or somebody out there put something about, like the video, the one that you made for my birthday with the kid. I don't know what I'm going to say, so I'm just going to keep saying nothing.
Yeah.
Anyways, no. But they put a video, or there was something out there about how to get the proteins, the spike proteins out of the blood. And that's that's one thing we've got to be careful for, And I know we'll let her talk about it a little more, maybe on something if she wants to, but definitely say prayers for Cammie's friend. Prayers
She's
up
putting it in the chat, so
yeah. So prayers up for Cammie's friend. And those that got the jab, it's unfortunate. It's happening a lot, and we have to figure out how to get that stuff out because they're just trying to kill us. That's all they're trying to do. Thank God I'm a pureblood. I didn't get the shot. Didn't need to. I got COVID, if that's what you want to call it. I was sick, and I took ivermectin. The doctor prescribed it to me. You should have seen him at Walmart when they gave me the ivermectin. They thought that I was like, I don't know, probably had AIDS or something. They didn't want to go anywhere near me, and they were all freaking out and all this stuff. But anyway, so I did a regimen, and it worked great. Yeah. But all these people that they forced to take that stupid thing, and then you got to be careful because you don't know what the blood is. You don't know if you take any infusions and stuff. You don't know where that blood's coming from. Because if they have if you're taking Vax blood, obviously that blood has the spike proteins in it. So, anyways.
So maybe we'll try to play that Trump video again Sunday in case people didn't catch it in the chat. Because I did post the link in the chat, and again, it will. I know people are mad at Trump, but this video explains it. But so I just looked up Todd's video, and I took a vote between me and myself, and I voted yes. We should play at least the first song.
All right, let's go. That's fine. We can close out with this, guys. So we love y'all.
Yeah, because I figured as soon as John was playing Brian Trejo's video, people at YouTube were like, "Oh, you guys at the Gap are so close this time," but nope.
I mean, episode 17 did get marked for religious.
Yeah, episode 17 was marked for religious. The religious part where they were talking about Jesus at the end of that little TikTok that John showed at the very end of the video. That's what blocked our video on YouTube. Them talking about Jesus, coming to Jesus.
Well, remember that when me and Cammie did Unhinged a couple weeks ago, when I said the graphic programming unit that Google uses was called Adreno. What's their web browser called? Chrome. Look at the Google Chrome logo. It's 3 6s.
Yep.
And who owns YouTube? Google.
Alphabet Inc.
But let's play Todd's video. Let's play the first song. Like I said, the eyes have it, and I say yes.
I'm all for it.
See, the eyes have it. He said, I'm all for it.
Uh,
Oh, you got to play it, John.
I have to play it?
Somebody, I can't play it because it's not going to play.
What video?
His
Oh,
newest
Todd's
one.
video. Let me look for it.
Yeah,
Hold
Todd's
on.
video.
You ain't gotta look for it. I got it.
There we go.
Everybody just cool out.
Some of you just don't believe that my dog's a vegetarian. We're gonna see which one she likes. I don't force her to eat her salad. We have this really gross beef, and then I have this delicious green salad. So this is Bonnie. She is my little vegetarian, okay? Now, no.
I can't wait to have your in my mouth.
I think the impeachment inquiry is absurd. The American people want us to do something that will make their lives better, not go off on these chases and witch hunts.
What we're gonna do right here is go back. How far are you going back? Way back.
But first, I want to say a word on impeachment. The Senate has a solemn responsibility to try and hold Donald Trump accountable for the most serious charges ever levied against a president.
You know what people don't get? People don't get that this whole impeachment is about age, so that way they can exclude President Trump once again. No one is paying attention. You're just listening to the oohs and the ahs of impeachment. Obama would not have allowed for impeachment to go forward if it was in his benefit. Again, people really have no idea just how complicated this all is.
What are we gonna do now, Bill? Cuffs won't even fit on him. Holy shit.
Now how come you about us? Well, you need to go out to New England, know we be dropping shit.
It looks like something that fell off my dick during the war.
Today I bring you a gem. Recently, my wife got the vaccine and she posted on Facebook that she did. And her mother sent her some lovely messages this morning. COVID vaccination, but poison. You didn't need it. Bad choice. Government is trying to kill us. Now your DNA's changed forever. You need to do research. You are ruining your life. Please start educating yourself. You already had immunity. That was the stupidest decision. Go get your DNA prayed for. I'm serious. You're making choices you will highly regret.
I've been vegan for 3 years, but I eat eggs for breakfast every morning to get my protein. The key is that you buy organic, because organic means that the chickens were fed a vegan diet. So since the chickens are fed a vegan diet, that means that the eggs are vegan. And I also eat organic chicken, because chicken in itself, like, chickens are not animals, they're birds. They're classified as poultry. So anything that comes from chickens is going to be vegan. I just like to take the extra step and make sure it's organic, so I know that those chickens were fed a vegan diet. So it's like, it's really extra vegan.
I'm not dreaming, don't wake me, I'm not dreaming. Past times couldn't ever hold me down, lost out, sweeter when it's finally gone.
Marriage. Marriage is what brings us together today. Marriage, that blessed arrangement, that dream within a dream. And love, true love, will follow you forever. So treasure your love forever. And to be my wife, my partner in life, and my one true love. I will cherish and forever.
This is supposed to be under the eyes of God.
I will trust you and honor you.
Fornicating with animals.
I will laugh with you and cry with you. Through the best and the worst. Through the difficult and the easy.
What the fuck? My mama always said I would regret it if I ever got a tattoo. She said I'd never get a job like I ever wanted one with that attitude. My dad said I had to learn to drive a stick shift, but every van I ever had was an automatic. My friends said someday I would make it big, but I'm still living in the basement. I'm just as broke as the
small town. We'll try that in a big city. And we'll try that right in front of your concert. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slavery, genocide, and war. 5, 6, 7, 8. America was never free.
Electricity from wind and solar farms in the Arizona desert, delivered to people millions of miles away, potentially, well, certainly thousands of miles away. Bit of a typo there.
What actual evidence do you have, as opposed to allegations, to show to the American public that would merit an actual impeachment inquiry?
We have the bank accounts. We can see that the homes that the Bidens own can't be afforded on a congressional or Senate salary. It's not normal for family members to receive millions of dollars from overseas interests. It's not normal to have 20 shell companies. These things are not normal, and it alludes to not only just widespread corruption, but money laundering, if not influence peddling itself. And we also have the vice president at the time on record saying that the prosecutor was fired. Well, son of a bitch, the prosecutor was fired.
Well, son of a bitch. Got fired.
Because the prosecutor was going after the company that his son was working on.
To go to the website clyde.house.gov/Biden crime family, and you will see all the evidence from the Oversight Committee. And if you're willing to read it, I think you'll be convinced.
I ain't reading all that.
Everybody got their cross to bear, and I got mine and I got yours to share. See you driving down my road, trouble in the wind, yeah, I already know. Every time I see you around the town, somebody's shoulder and you're breaking down. Ain't enough that you can't be glad. Gotta make your best friend days so sad. Except for me, friend in need, the one thing that I just can't be. Except for me, I'll be on my way. Dark clouds around, and I can't stay. Bad luck and trouble, misery, only gifts that you bring to me. With all you have, you're so sad. But every time you're around, you're always mad. Sad for me, friend in need, the one thing that I just can't be. Sad for me, I'll be on my way. Dark clouds around, and I can't stay. Sad for me, friend in need, the one thing that I just can't be. Sad for me, I'll be on my way. The dark clouds around, and I can't stay. Sad for me, friend in need, the one thing that I just can't be. Sad for me, I'll be on my way. The dark clouds around there, and I can't stay. And I can't stay, and I won't stay, no, no.
I made this.
Yeah, see? Todd made that.
Yeah, Todd made that. Red Pill Mill made that. It was an amazing video as well. Thank you, Red
And
Pill.
it's funny, we play it after he leaves the chat. Go figure.
Yeah, I'll just message him. But he did send me that thing I was talking about. I want to show y'all. There it is right there. There you go.
Yeah.
6:01 p.m. And this is the guy that sent it out. Now his account suspended. And what happened at 11:19? First quarter. First period.
Yeah. Yeah, because me and John were at the store, and I looked at the score. I'm like 13-3 Buffalo. I'm like, is Rodgers even playing? And we get back to the house, and I'm like, hey, there's 5 minutes left. Let's turn the game on. And Zach Wilson was quarterback. I'm just like, don't fucking tell me. Don't tell me the Jets did what the Jets always do. And sure enough, I know this team, man. I'm telling you.
We love y'all.
But like I said, it's a joke, but it's not. It's who owns the Jets? Johnson and Johnson, the Johnson brothers. Yes, that Johnson and Johnson, the one that make baby powder that kills children and makes vaccines that kill everybody. Yeah, and kills Jets fans' hopes every fucking year with stupid decisions.
Well,
with that being said,
love
don't
y'all.
forget to like,
share,
and subscribe.
And hit that notification bell.
And we'll see y'all on Sunday.
And keep your prayers up for
the
Miss family, Cammy.
And FRS girl as well, because she got in a car accident too.
Oh, yes. FRS and her husband too, yeah.
She's great for them as well. So we love y'all guys. Thank you.
Love y'all.